because I want to go into deep work, after I've done my rehydration, I feed my body fats and proteins. I don't have any carbs. Hey, welcome to Fitness Freedom Athletes, helping you build muscle, shed fat, and transform your body from home with the suspension trainer, resistance band, body weight, and nutrition optimization to gain fitness freedom. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today we're talking about longevity and 5 daily action items you can do to help ensure your longevity and your health moving forward. They're really simple. So, number 1 is morning hydration and detoxification. Really obvious, but often overlooked. Drink a pint of water as soon as you've woke up after you've cleaned and flossed your teeth, and in that water have something like lemon and ginger, just to help detoxify the body from the night's sleep. Add a probiotic, help boost your good stomach, your good gut bacteria, and set you up for the day. I like to add a splash of apple cider vinegar, just to help the sort of pH levels balance in my stomach and my gut, and help promote that good bacteria as well. And then I also like to add some electrolyte, a little bit of electrolyte powder, Himalayan salt, and MSM powder. Himalayan salt, really good for your minerals, just really good uptake for your minerals for your body, your cells. The MSM powder, sulfur MSM, really good for joints, hair, nails. And the electrolytes just help with rehydration, help your cells absorb the water. So that's kind of like the first step. Just drink some water, and just, those simple little supplements, simple little additions will just set you up for the day. If you miss that step, you kind of like, it's the most important step, rehydration. It's the key one, right? So if you miss that step, you kind of like already starting the day off on a like, stepping off the curb. So nail that one and it sets you up for the rest of the day. Number 2 is consume brain energy. Now, what do I mean by that? This will kind of be specific to you and how you like to work. So, and when you work out, for example, in the morning after I've got up and I've seen my little one, I like to then go into deep work. Now, because I want to go into deep work, after I've done my rehydration, I feed my body fats and proteins. I don't have any carbs because I don't want any high or low crashes or anything like that. I want sustained energy that's just consistent and constant, right? And having high fat and protein with that, it just keeps me on a level playing field. My brain sort of stays this really good focus of consistent energy. I find I can get in a really deep work, and I don't have these ups and down crashes like what you get from carbs, these kind of like sudden highs and sudden lows, okay? Now, you can keep this very simple. It's entirely how you approach this, but I have my protein shake, I add olive oil to that, I add some powdered greens to that, and then add a few mushroom extracts, so things like reishi powder and cordyceps. Reishi for sort of health and immunity, and cordyceps for energy. And then I'll also then have 5 eggs. 2 of them are whole eggs, 3 of them are just egg whites, and I'll add a bit of spinach. And that sort of meal sets me up, and in the morning I'll go solid for like 3 or 4 hours, deep work, and then I'll stop and do a workout. And that's when my nutrition will change, and I'll come on to that. So that's step 2. It's like feed your brain, right? Feed your brain energy, okay? Don't think about, obviously you're feeding your body, but think about the task at hand. I need my brain to be in really good function, right? So if I can keep my brain working off fats, especially ketones like rocket fuel for the brain, and they come from breaking down fats, then I can keep my focus, my productivity really good, okay? So that's step 2. Step 3, keep your insulin sensitivity primed, okay? So this kind of follows on nicely from step 2. Your insulin sensitivity is the foundation of health and longevity, right? If your cells are insulin resistant, they're not going to be able to intake nutrients from the food you eat. If you've got very good insulin sensitivity, when you eat, your body can absorb all that nutrient from the food, and the food gets shuttled to those muscle and functional cells rather than dumped into fat cells. I've got some, check out my link below for my free Get Lean handbook, which will teach you more about this and how to set yourself up for a good framework. But without going into too much specifics on the science of that, what I mean by that is carbs cause insulin resistance, okay? So you want to try and make sure that you've got a long gap in the day where you're not having carbs, so insulin's not getting released in your body, so your cells can resensitize to it. They're not getting hit with insulin all the time from multiple meals of carbohydrates, okay? So as I said, I like to start the day with fats and proteins. I then do a workout, and then after my workout, that's when I intake carbs. I intake quite high amounts of carbs, and that'll probably be like from about midday till 6 o'clock. That 6-hour window is when I eat all my carbs for the whole 24-hour period, when I'm bulking, and I'll eat a lot, and it mainly comes from rice flour and just normal rice. And that, because I only eat the carbs in that 6-hour window, it then gives a massive 18-hour window of no sort of insulin spikes from carbohydrates. So my insulin sensitivity remains really good. So I know when I'm eating those carbohydrates within that 6-hour window, it's going where it needs to go. most of the time, and that's the muscle and functional cells. It's not getting dumped into fat cells because my muscle cells are quite, the insulin sensitivity is very good. Now, don't get me wrong, prolonged bulking with a lot of carbs, even like that, I still believe you get insulin resistance, and I can feel it after maybe 6 or 7 weeks of doing that. I can feel like I'm getting a bit sluggish, I'm a bit more moody, like my body just feels like it's slowing down. And that's when I reset and I shift the gears, and I lower my carb intake and up my fat intake. And that's how I do cyclical cycling to build muscle as a natural. That's a whole other story, but the ultimate foundation of that is I keep my insulin sensitivity really good each day. Now, if you want to simplify that, and you do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, choose either breakfast or dinner to not have carbohydrates. So the simplest way to think about it is, say, if you work out very early in the morning, then I'd recommend you have carbohydrates for your breakfast and lunch because your body's going to need them to refuel. For dinner, have no carbohydrates. Then you're leaving a long gap in the afternoon and all night without any insulin spikes for your body to keep sensitized. That's like a simple framework, and that's what I'll go into more details for free in the handbook. That's step 3. Step 4, obvious one, movement. All right, you've got to move each day. Okay, that could just be a walk. It could be doing lots of chores. Get outside. Obviously exercise, but you don't want to over-exercise. Okay, so choose a type of movement each day, even if it's a form of yoga, a form of stretching, walking, body weight exercise. Like just choose what your movement for that day and just make sure you do it. Simplest is obviously to get out for a walk. It's a staple, obvious stuff, but it's just overlooked. And you'll know yourself if you stay in your office, like say you work from home and you've been working and you haven't been out for a few days, you just don't feel right. Everything feels negative, doesn't it? Everything feels like bad. But as soon as you go outside for like an hour's walk in some nature, just fresh air, or you go for a run, or you do a workout, you come back and you reset, and it literally is a mental reset, and you just feel better after movement once you've been sitting sedentary. So factor that in. Step 4 is movement. Step 5 is eat whole and gut friendly. What I mean by that is gut friendly, even to the point where make sure you're not going over on your fiber. Like you can eat healthy, but you can eat too much fiber, and it's just going to cause you to have bloating. I mentioned that I eat rice, a lot of rice, and a lot of rice flour. I stay away from oats because I eat so much carbs that the oats, I eat too much fiber, and I get so gassy and bloated and like loads of wind, and it's horrible. When I stick to just rice, white rice, because it's super gut friendly, I get no problems at all. I get zero gas at all, and it doesn't affect like how I'm thinking or anything like that. You often find that when your stomach's like out of whack, it affects your brain power, right? It affects your focus, your mood, right? Because your gut is your second brain. It contains the same neurons as your brain, so you've got to treat it like that. So stick to gut-friendly foods, and I think high fiber is often overlooked. Yes, you want to be eating your average fiber intake a day, and the easiest way to know if you're doing that is just to track your calories for a day or two track your food, on MyFitnessPal, and you'll be able to see how much fiber you're eating. You'll either be way off, or you'll either be way under, or you'll be spot on. You want to just be spot on. So I do tend to find that a lot of people, when they've got gas problems, actually just they're like, but I'm eating healthy. I don't understand. It's like, well, actually, you're eating healthy, but you're eating too much fiber, okay? So if you swap some of these low fiber foods, you'll find your gut settles down a bit. And everyone's different on that and how much they can tolerate. So that's what I mean by eat like gut-friendly food and whole food. Make sure it's, just try and stay away from processed stuff. Like it's an easy thing to say, but honestly, if you eat whole food and lots of it, you'll struggle to put on weight. Like I really, really struggle to put on weight eating 4,000 calories a day at 5'11", when it's all whole food, when it's all rices and it's all like healthy fats and healthy proteins. I really struggle, and sometimes I have to have weekends where I eat burgers and chips just to put the weight on, so I've got calories to build muscle. Otherwise, I find my weight just will not go up. So when you do eat whole foods and they're gut friendly and everything's working right, insulin sensitivity is good, your body just takes care of itself, and you're moving and you're eating within a good nutrition framework. Your body will take care of itself. Honestly, I've seen it with clients hundreds of times. I'm almost 40. I've done it on myself for years. Like, yes, there may be genetic problems or something what's causing you to, I don't know, not intake food properly, or you might have intolerances which could affect it. But overall, stick to the simple whole food and gut friendly stuff. Sauerkraut is great to include. So I'll give you an example of my lunch. It's so simple. My lunch after the workout is loads of white rice, steamed broccoli, sauerkraut, a little bit of beetroot, and then some sort of lean meat, so either like some turkey or some tuna or something like that, or some white fish. That's it, and I have that every single day, and it's just great. Like I feel fine from it, I feel great from it. My sort of shake after a workout is just rice flour that you pour boiling water in it. I add a few scoops of chocolate protein powder, I add a banana, and I blend it all. It's like this beautiful smoothie, and I absolutely love it. It's like a chocolate cream smoothie, and I neck that after my workout. Then I move on to that lunch. If I'm going to have a snack, I'll then have a yogurt and banana as well, and I'll add some like blueberries. And then, as I say, into dinner time, it's just fatty meats, veg, non-starchy veg, and that's it. And so some meat, veg, and high-fat stuff like avocados and oils. So that's it. Like really simple stuff, and it just keeps your gut good. You're right, all right. You know yourself. I'm sure if you've had some foods, like sometimes you have cereals and stuff which are high fiber, and you just have to have one of them, one bowl, and all of a sudden your gut's out of whack, right? It's like sometimes you don't realize that it's those little things that are actually causing longer term problems, because when your gut's out of whack, you're not digesting food properly, and the food sort of sits in your gut, and it it essentially starts to rot, and you get bad stomachs, and everything just falls out of whack. So once you find something that's working for you, keep it simple and just keep going. That's the 5 things. So as a summary recap, the first one, I've got them written down, that's why I have to look at it. First one is morning hydration and detoxification. So that's just your water intake, adding that lemon, the ginger, the apple cider vinegar, probiotic. Second one is consume brain energy. So like how is your day set up? Fair enough, if you work out in the morning, yes, consume carbs, all right? So your body's going to use those carbs really well. But if you don't work out in the morning, your body doesn't need the carbs. It needs good brain fuel. So hit it just with fats and proteins, and then after your workout, whenever that might be, then intake the carbs, okay? Keep your brain focused. Number 3, keep your insulin sensitivity primed. Insulin sensitivity is at the foundation of everything. If you want to lose weight, you want to gain muscle, you want to feel healthy, you want to feel energized, it's all insulin sensitivity. It's at the very bottom of the pyramid. I know all these marketing schemes and these nutrition and fitness stuff all sell you these top level fat loss shred and this. Just bring it back down to your body. You're just a bunch of cells, right? Those cells have to be able to intake nutrient. That comes to insulin sensitivity, all right? It's as simple as that. And then the rest of it, however you want to then dice it up, whatever nutrition or whatever programs you want to follow, sit at the very top, all right? But you've got to get insulin sensitivity primed, and everything else will fall into place. Step 4 is movement, very obvious. Step 5, eat whole and gut-friendly food. All right, so that's my 5 daily actionable steps. Hopefully a bit of insight, hopefully maybe challenge you, and I hope you have a great, healthy, awesome week, and thanks so much for listening. All right, see you next time.